that were there doing, tutorials, you guys call it lesson, the few kids that were there, I don't think anything could have happened within the last 1 hour. But luckily enough, when we found out it was at another school, my school is Elif Taylor High School. The school that it happened was Katie Taylor High School. So the news channel, I think they got it mixed up and they came to the wrong school. But my fear, what keeps me up at night, like the question that I asked, is the issue of student safety. So while we take this 10-minute break, I want you to think about, for me, as administrators, as school leaders, we have a lot of different goals and we want things that we want to achieve. But what are some things that get you stressed? What are the things that really keep you up at night? And if you have to put your hand or your thumb on one or two things, not more than two, one thing more than likely. If you have to put your thumb on one thing that, at least if I get this out of the way, or if I could find a remedy to this, I wouldn't be as stressed as much. So let's take about a 10-minute break, and while we do that, think about that for me. Human capital, just knowledge base, teacher quality, and especially if you're in a school where it is not an affluent school, or it is a remote school, or it is a low-performing school, it's going to be hard for you to get teachers. It's going to be hard for you to get good teachers. And you know that the lower schools really need the best teachers. But unfortunately, what we're finding is that
they go to the best
schools.
That's exactly, what I wrote down. That's same thing, teachers' ineffectiveness.
Yes.
We have that seriously.
Yes. Because sometimes they get burnt out, almost like spinning their wheels. It's difficult to teach low kids. But if you have good teachers, then you could really make some improvement with low kids. But unfortunately, in this country, we have that problem of, the best teachers are always in the good schools and the bad teachers go and hide out in the bad schools. We have issues of school image. We have political dispositions, performance pay. There's a lot of politics that go into the school business. We shed some light into a few of it last night. I will talk a little bit about some more. And just the changing educational landscape. Education is just changing, okay? America, since the 80s, have realized that especially in the areas of maths and sciences, they are constantly falling behind in the global realm of education. And there's just this big push. There's this big push towards math and science and making sure that we regain that world power in the areas of maths and sciences. But it's been a struggle. It's just been a struggle. So these are still some of the challenges that we're dealing with. So let me hear from you. If you would tell me one thing that it is prevalent on your mind that keeps you up as a principal, what would you say?
Like I said, when you told me, I said, the safety of students is also paramount. And then the disciplinary, for us that are from the traditional environment, we have our culture where children naturally should be respectful, So we have this growing issue of students not regarding people, teachers. They don't care who you are. The children are very, very insolent, These are the exam malpractice. Is another big issue in our country. And when I say exam malpractice, it's a serious case because even parents encourage
answer scripts.
Parents encourage exam malpractice. Okay. Because, like I was sharing yesterday, since from time Nigerians have been depending on this qualification, you must have your certificate before you can be anywhere. So, if it is a certificate we want, there are parents who cannot control their children again. And they cannot sit their children down. And because children also see that even their parents are not serious. They know how their parents also get to where they are, the position they are. They know that their parents also fraudulently get to certain positions. So the children know this. And so they will make sure they put their parents to task. I must have this for him. And this also person's child pass. And that was what they did that. And some parents who don't even have time for their children, they just want to, in fact, they want a way to get away from the children. So they say, okay, so how much is it? Who is going to do it? Do you know? And what the child does is that, oh, just tell him this person can do it, they are already carrying money. And as we are talking now, by this December, some of us are deciding, if you know you're not going to write exam in our school, tell us now. Because before, by January, all of them will
move out.
They will
Special
shift.
centers. So miracle centers.
And go to some centers where people are arranging for children to pass exam.
Wow.
That is the burning issue. In fact, it's the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. Because you see, the teachers, some teachers are making effort to teach. Children are not paying attention.
Because they know they could get it.
They know that they are going to get it.
That's the problem. Okay.
So it's the biggest problem. And you try, like we said the other time, the chairman told us, please, get up, tell us how many percentage you are going to give to us. Your school will pass at so percentage. I told my chairman, please sir, I cannot give you now because I've just been posted to this school. I don't know how much, what percent, I don't know these children yet. So I need time for me to be able to tell you how much percentage or the percentage I'm going to give to you. But this has meant I'm worried because even when I say give me time, I don't even know whether I'm going to, because I'm trying to put all strategies on ground for teachers to do. I say teachers do this, do that. They are preparing. I bring extra teachers. I bring people from other places who can teach. I pay extra money for them to teach. Sometimes teachers come, the students are not there.
Nobody to teach.
Nobody to teach. Because they already know that when the WAEC time comes, well, I'm going to so center because there are centers like that in the remote area. They pay. People write, people just give them answers.
Now, when they do that, so is the result attached to your school?
No. The result cannot be attached to my school again.
It's attached to
Where they are going to sit for that exam.
So how are they able, so they go and register at that school as a student of that school?
They just go to register and write exam. They go to write, when they go, they already, when the time comes, those schools will absorb them as if they are students of that school.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get.
Yes.
Okay.
They absorb them as if they are students of that school. So they write the exam.
Well, do you know what my state government did concerning that this year? Last session, there was what they call joint SS2 exam, conducted by the state government for all the SS2 students going to SS3 in all over the state. Why they conducted such exam is twofold. The reason: one, there are some students to prevent students from leaving their own school to register elsewhere. Secondly, to prevent, because even some principals are liable, they will register external students. So the state government, when the result came out now, directly they sent the names of those who passed directly to WAEC and NECO. Now, our students in Ondo State, those who have been promoted to SS3,
Yes.
you cannot leave your school to go and write in another school. And no principal is allowed to register. You cannot even bring in any other name except those ones that are already with WAEC and NECO. And they included private school. So that's what the government did this year in Ondo State of Nigeria.
So yes, ma'am, let me hear from you. What are things that keep you stressed and keep you up at night?
So, okay, sorry, I didn't quite finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Another issue that we have is the parent nonchalant attitude to the education of the children. Because one, they will not provide the material for the student. If a child has an issue in the school and you just feel that you can call a parent and come, let's sit down and talk, so that maybe we can try to get a solution to this problem, they will not come. The parent will tell you that. In fact, some parents will tell you that whatever you need, they even tell you that they are tired of their children. Because so my biggest problem is if me as a parent I have a child in school and I'm not interested in what my child is doing. You know, the child can do anything. So those are the issues, especially for me that give me sleepless nights. And then finally is the performance that I'm supposed to have that I know. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
The thing that gives me sleepless nights in my own school, the present school where I am today is in Nigeria we have what we call the universal basic education. Universal basic education, whereby the children are given a free education from primary 1 to JS3 before they go to SS. Now, this free education we are talking about has brought about an increase in children enrollment. The place where I am is semi-urban. Semi-urban in the sense where we have a low-income earners with many children. They will send their children to school without actually providing them with materials or necessary things that they needed to continue for the education, because they said it's free education. Meanwhile, this increase in enrollment with 8 teachers for 1,500 students. Right now, I have only one math teacher for mathematics. We have adequate teachers in the school. So it makes it difficult. And for you to pass from one class to another, you must make sure that you pass English and mathematics at credit level with other subjects. You must have to pass them at credit level. So when we don't have teachers, what do you do? Presently, they have done transfer, and even the only math teacher that I have at the head of department has been transferred and no replacement. So that's the issue I will tackle when I go back now, because they removed and they not even replaced, and I don't even have enough. So this inadequate, not having enough teachers for the number of students that we have in school is a very big problem. Even when I was splitting these children to classes to have them at least 70-70 in the class, so that you have a bit class size. Teachers, the remaining teachers that I have are saying, since that they are few, how are they going to do it? I pleaded with them, I said, let them try for now that we'll see what we can do to see whether the government will give us more teachers or whether corpus will be sent to us. And then equally that I will plead with the PTA whether they'll be able to employ more PTA teachers. Because in the school where you don't have math teacher or enough English teachers, how do you expect the students to perform? Actually, this is giving me a sleepless night, and I say when I go back now, that's one of the challenges I'm going to face. Because even the only one I have has been transferred, and it's not being
So no math teacher.
it's not being replaced. It's still one math teacher. But then we try to call people from different other departments to convert them to math service. That's not really effective at all for us. So that's the main. And then the next thing is insecurity, because some of these children indulge in taking hard drugs. Say that it makes them high. There was a situation I got the child because of the location of the place. A child in that's to pass from JS1 to JS2. The child did not measure up, and I asked the child that the child has to repeat. A small child for that matter. Then I found out that was the primary school and the secondary school where you have primary school 1 to 6 and the junior secondary JS 1 to 3, they are in the same compound. So a teacher from the primary school now found a student that was roaming about, and it happens to be a JS 1 student in my school, and they saw the boy with what they call a solution, and they brought the boy to my office. So why are you taking this thing? At the initial stage, he said, just like to take it. The solution is what we use for tire. In fact, one chemical like that is not good for the body. So when I called the father, I sent for the father, the father came and I said, look at what your son is taking in school. And he said yes. As he takes it at home, at times he found about 12 or more than that kind of solution under his. Why are you taking it? Well, I said that it makes him to be high in the chest. And then the father, I found out that the father is also a doctor. Then I asked the father, we see what you find your child in. Number one, that the child doesn't stay in the class. And number two, when he comes to school, just drop his bag and he's room. The father said that he's tired of him, that short, that he doesn't want him. I look at the father and say, he doesn't know who is saving the child. I said, it's you now that do the one that you're supposed to do, and before we do the one in the school. So if you are tired of him, and then the boy is being abandoned in school, he doesn't stay in the class, what do you want to do? So such children, they are big challenge to us. I told the father, you have to go with your son, at least hold him. Since the boy cannot stay in the class and he cannot be here corrupting other boys, then I used the boy as an example in the assembly, and I told them, if you are being caught with this, smoking Indian hemp or solution or any of these different forms, I say you'll be sent out of the school. That you people are even too many then for you to have this kind of problem. And then the boy said that he doesn't want to repeat. You do not mention to go to the next class and he said he doesn't want to repeat. So I said to the father, since he said he doesn't want to repeat, then you have to go with him because there's no way I'll compromise them. Even in front of the father, I asked, are you ready now to repeat so that you know what to do? The boy said that he's not going to repeat. I said, okay, you have to go with him. So these are some of the challenges that we have in that area. And then our teachers, I told them that they will be very vigilant and then see how these children can be managed. But the main problem I have is lack of teachers and the student population is high, but we don't have enough teachers to match with the population of students that we have in school because it's a free education and parents they send their children to school.
Yes, ma'am.
I think my colleague have said it all, especially Mrs. Young, who equally is a principal of a senior secondary school, but both of us are. She is the principal of the senior secondary school. So those are the things that gives us the placement. Security, student performance, and to me especially, the welfare of teachers. How teachers are being treated in Nigeria. The take-home pay of teachers is not commensurate with the effort they are putting in molding the children. I think teachers should be given high regard in our society because whatever you see yourself in life, be you a politician, a lawyer, all state of life, it is with the help of a teacher. That's why they say if you know how to write your name, you turn to a teacher. So teachers should be treated very well in our society. Yes, I think they should have the high speed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, me, I have 4 areas of I always have 4 areas of sleepless nights. Student safety.
Okay.
In Ondo State, kidnapping is very rampant.
Wow.
Yes. You know that I had to call parents meeting to tell them that even if you are the parents of your children in my school, between 8 o'clock and 2, we, the principal and the teachers, we are the parents, locuties, and what do they call it? Parents and...
They are the parents.
Because there was a time somebody came, in flowing white, all these white garment churches. They came to my school to say that a student father died. So, and that the mother asked them to go and bring him. I said, okay, I even believed, but just to call the mother, because when I got to that school, I called parents meeting and I gave them, every parent, my card, where there is my phone number, everything. So you call me if you have any problem with your child. We even have parents calling me during the holiday to report their children. and I will, discipline them on phone, and they will behave. Once they hear, this is your principal. So, I just wanted to call the mother to sympathize on the death of the husband. And while I was trying to call the mother said, God will punish that person. Before I look back, those people have gone away. They have come to kidnap the child without my knowledge, honestly. But if I had released the child to them, they would have taken him away. It's only that I'm being vigilant. So that one is giving me sleepless nights. Because it's very rampant in those states now. Even principals are being kidnapped. Honestly. So you have not had. Honestly. Secondly, there is nonchalant attitude. To their children. They will not buy books, they will not. If you call PTA meeting, they will not come. They will not come. Over 700 students, hardly can you get 50 parents to come. Is bothering me. Then the children themselves, I don't know whether ICT, whether it's a blessing or a curse in Nigeria. The use of phones and all this. Because when you are teaching the students, when you are teaching them, they are busy playing with games, Google, Facebook. They are not listening to the teachers. It's a problem. And if you look at these students who cannot buy textbooks, the phone they are using is far better than me, their principal, the one I'm using. Honestly, they have money for that, but no money for their essentials. I think those are the three areas. Security. The pay. Then another thing, sir, another thing that is bothering me. You know, in Nigeria now, not unlike you that can hire and fire.